Hi guys, I'm Joey and I'm alcoholic. I've been sober for 18 months now.
Hi,
Hi,
Joey.
Joey.
It's been a while since I've heard that at a meeting, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. But first, let me tell you a little bit about my story. I drank socially for years. Drinking is a part of my community, the gay community. I never thought it was a problem. Then the pandemic hit, and my social drinking became a solo habit, along with my husband. Then it became too frequent and too much and alone. My husband wasn't drinking with me anymore. Once alone, it really escalated from one drink to too many, to whole bottles all in one evening. I'm lucky that my husband had enough control of his own drinking to stop and to tell me that he had enough of my drinking and really insisted that I seek help. I know that that sounds a little scary, the idea of somebody in your family saying, hey, you need help and I need you to get help and insist on it, but it really was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. The word help is really, really so scary. You see, although I'm spiritual, I'm not religious at all. And there are examples of help that I've seen that are so based in religious faith that I couldn't fathom how I would receive that help and how it could actually help. Um, and how would I relate to my community if I wasn't out partying with them? How does the idea of being sober work with my gay identity? What was my identity at that point is what I should have been asking myself. But in any case, I checked into Monarch Shores with all of these preconceived notions of what it was going to be. I was doubtful it would help, to be honest. I was scared of the unknown, the impact it would have on my community identity, to be honest. And at first, I was reluctant. I was a reluctant participant in the program, but through their counseling and their listening, they really helped me begin to see how their program was right for me. They empowered me by providing me with the knowledge and the tools to manage the program my own way. I always thought it was going to be dark, dingy rooms full of alcoholics like me, and sharing their stories for the rest of my life. But because I was able to see the core intention behind the tools that Monarch was providing me and the meetings, I was able to really adapt them to better suit my own circumstances. Monarch, they saw my need for an adapted path, and they really helped me in that way. During my time there, we did not waver from the tried and true learnings, in lessons, but we always discussed what they meant for me and my journey. The big blue book was not this scary Bible that I need to learn and practice, carry around with me, quote, whatever. It was more of a foundation. The meetings are there if I find myself in a bad space and I just need support from others. I've mentioned the tools a couple times now because on my own, I had a full year of sobriety before I relapsed. And because I had not sought out any kind of help on my own during that time, I really had no tools in my tool belt to help me succeed in that situation. And so, part of me going, becoming sober again, was to really get into a program that was going to give me these tools, help me understand what that looked like and how I can sustain that sobriety. 18 months later, I still struggle, and I always will, but I'm better prepared to beat those struggles now. I remind myself often of how grateful I am for Monarch's help towards getting back to my authentic self. And I use that word authentic self because it's really important, to remember who you were and who you are and who you want to be, and to find that path back to being authentic. And they really did help in that space. If you're watching this reel and you've made it this far into the clip, you're no doubt in a similar state of fear, seeking some insight. I'm hopeful your takeaway is this: it's okay to be vulnerable and to take the leap on your own path, and use Monarch as your guide. They were wonderful for me. Be well, and remember you're in control of your own direction. And while you can't do it alone, you can still do it your way. I wish you well.